don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun the command of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico.
Hello there. Aboye bo ṣíṣe ogbó atọ́ ẹ o kò rí kò sùn. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, Mayegun Diary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun dá wa sí.
Congratulations, Nigerians. APC, ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, they have now crashed the unemployment percentage of Nigeria. 96% of you are actually employed, according to Callus NBS. Share this broadcast.
Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Godfatherism.
Somebody is saying that we are starting the Dear Old People Part 2. If we are going to do the Dear Old People Part 2, it's going to be this, the sort of the part to appreciate the old people who actually support young people and this generation's efforts to break free from the shackles of enslavement forced on us by their generation. We should give them some kind of heads up and say thank you for at least supporting us.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, we like you. Lórí YouTube, and yes, we like you. Oh, Baba Bewure, and yes, we like you.
Have you seen a female bat before? Female bat, àdán obìnrin, obìnrin àdán. Chicago State University is about to unveil the masquerade. Wọ́n máa tó ṣaṣọ lójú eégún.
Ayé sọ́ra jù. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé sọ́ra jù.
Share this broadcast.
Ayé sọ́ra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù. Ayé sọ́ra jù.
And Were Wike in Abuja, the new Abuja governor, military administrator, tonight.
Mayegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra jù. Ayé sọ́ra jù. Mayegun ti dé.
What today again? So from wherever you are watching from, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. This is Mayegun Live. And for those who know the normal kind of a ritual, when you join us at this temple of truth, take a moment, like the broadcast, share it, and possibly subscribe if you are still very much comfortable with me. But the bottom line is that as long as you have that moment of tuning in to listen to the truth, whether comfortable or not, you are welcome and thank you. So, you possibly have heard the news that in a space of 2 weeks, Tinubu and gang have now performed abracadabra on what Bokwari couldn't do to further put wounds on the people's eyes. And I've once told you that if you think you experienced propaganda under Bokwari, well, that was just like what do you call it? Beginner. At this advanced stage, these rogues, when they are done with Nigerians, generally, ladies and gentlemen, you will be asking yourselves, are these guys talking about this same Nigeria or somewhere else? I didn't know they would start so early. There, propaganda lanje. People are suffering. The economic is in total tank right now. And the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics came out and said, we have been doing it wrongly all this while. That you have 40% or 60% Nigerians unemployed has been a wrong technique we have been using. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria have no unemployment problem at all. The only thing is, if Nigeria can improve on how much people get paid when they work, walai, America will be begging Nigeria. How did they solve unemployment problem? This is what they are telling. This is what they told themselves in those air-conditioned rooms in Abuja. And then they went to public. And how did they arrive at that, by the way? I'll tell you. Normally, they said they have this kind of standard of gauging what is a job. What can you really call a job? Something that you can say you do steadily and brings you a certain income. That's your income. We determine what you can call it. Is it a job, a part-time work, underemployment, or you have none? So, APC, before this Tinubu, the World Bank and the rest of them came out and said, Nigeria Tita, under Bokwari, they have done so bad and so worse, mismanaged Nigeria so terribly, like Nigeria Tita. And if the things continue like this, Somalia will be the new London. And we all remember that. And you can tell it, all of you can say, you can tell around you, businesses that are dying, jobs that are being lost, including those who even have jobs that are being held. And then the economy itself, generally, where you have artisans, you have traders, you have other professionals who are offering different professional services, right? Everybody is already affected, like generally. And most of the time, these were also the same people they normally survey to know who has job and who doesn't. So what they have now done is to make it look better. If you serve NYSC, since the government of Nigeria always send you to do NYSC and they pay you, that is employment. And that wasn't added to their own every year, because every year they pay you. Even if it may not be your own set next year. But at least governments employ, according to them, millions of you every year. So that is job creation. But they never added it before. All of you who kind of managed to have all this, I don't want to call them job, right? Errand. For example, on your street, you have somebody who kind of you run around for, and they give you money. Under this new arrangement, that is something like a job. According to them, every Nigerian that is at least working for an hour in a week has a job. Do you understand that? It simply means that if you have anything you do that they pay you, even if it's just for 1 hour, that cannot be categorized as jobless. So when they now put all of this bogus mishmash nonsense together, they arrived at 96% of you actually have one way or the other where you dey take see money, even if you don't declare them officially as say you have job. But they know that a lot of you are surviving through some of these means, and steadily so, but you didn't report them. Yahoo boys are not reporting themselves as employed. Kidnappers are not reporting themselves as employed. Fraudsters are not reporting themselves. Even policemen that says he has job and is earning so amount of money, is not declaring the bribe he's taking. All of these are existing in the same economy, in this Tinubu-nomic. So when they did everything all together, there shouldn't have been any panic in the first place. The unemployment in Nigeria is just 4.1%. Do you see what I'm talking about? Dishonesty. How does this solve anything? Does that then mean that we have been panicking wrongly? A lot of you have been lying that there is no job. According to your government, in fact, you have been very dishonest. The people that have no real job at all in Nigeria, they're no more than 4.1%, according to these guys. On this right now, they have put what you can say shield. They will tell you to argue over it. It's true now. I know one woman on my streets, she's been doing laundry for people. Laundry for people. She has been taking care of their clothing and all of that. But that woman too, they will say she's unemployed. But the new policy now show that she's employed, Joe. She is. By law, she's employed. They cannot be saying that, if you leave your university and then you go for NYSC, government has already given you job, paid you for a whole year. You should figure it out after that. So coming back later to say, okay, you've not found any job and the rest of that, how have you been surviving? Who are those giving you money? Have you been declaring those money? Your uncle that is sending you allowance money from abroad, or the one that is sending you allowance money from that same Nigeria, have you been declaring the money? Have you not just been claiming that you are unemployed? It is the weakest argument to put forward. And according to them, it is the way it is normally done all over the world. No, it is not. Do you understand? It is not. But it is APC, and a lot of you are currently wondering, where is the job? It's a lie. Where is Kiniko? We all know it's a lie. But the people that told you, now statistics we go shop, they have come out with their own statistics now. And the statistics shows that all of us and the rest of them, everybody all these years have been wrong, because they have not been doing the calculation for those who are employed and what can you really call employment. The latest release. So congratulations to the rest of you who have been telling yourselves, this government will favor you and your family. See how the miracle just happened. They didn't have to do anything. They just have to do survey. That's it. And the unemployment problem in Nigeria is gone. And in the next few days, you are going to see them on your TV. They're going to be explaining to you how this was done, just to let you know that the government of Tinubu is a magician, is a mathematician, is a genius. Only for you to turn around later and be like, Ewa, are these guys talking about this same place? Where are they? Nigeria, where are they right now? Or they are talking about somewhere else? Of course, they are talking about the same Nigeria that you are. The fantasy land that we call the La La Land. And it is about to get more dramatic right now. This is meant to be something that they should be so ashamed of themselves, pushing. But when you put APC, and shame together in a sentence, you must be naive. You know why? You cannot shame the shameless. Do you understand? And that's the point. It doesn't solve anything. Another lie that is intended to misinform the public, and at the same time, give themselves a shield that will say, well, at least under Tinubu, unemployment in Nigeria dropped down to 4.1%. And you will see them repeat that until they begin to believe it themselves. Even when you are all going about with bows in your hands, begging to survive. Because it's going to get to that stage soon. It's not a wish. I'm going to take a break on that. I'm going to come back to you too. I want to take you to America to tell you the America wonder. Come and see America wonder. America wonder. Come and see. I asked you earlier, I said, have you seen a female bat before? Well, some of you must have, or some of you probably just started Googling it right now to check. What does a female bat look like? Okay. The female bat I am talking about is not that of the real bat animal. It is the bat, woman batty. Okay? I've been a female batty, Adon Obìnrin, that is about to be unveiled by the university, Chicago State University. This is not going away, ladies and gentlemen. Atiku has been in court in the US. Okay? For some reason, he's been asking the Chicago State University to give him a full disclosure on Bola A. Tinubu. According to the record that are partly available in public, Bola A. Tinubu was a girl that enrolled for degree program at the university, Chicago State University. Bola A. Tinubu graduated in 1979 with the record of a girl. Now, the question I was asking myself, maybe some of you are asking yourselves too, was that, isn't this too late? Would this make any difference anymore? Especially that Atiku is the one asking for it as evidence to present in Nigeria Presidential Election Tribunal. I was asking myself the same thing. Of what use is it? We already know and know. No, we didn't know. We know nothing than the few information that have been out there, thanks to the likes of David Undenyi, who persistently continue to show to us that Pablo Escobar, that is about to become the president of Nigeria, by all means, should never even pass any security check before the election at all in Nigeria. There is a big conspiracy against Nigeria that a lot of you are just about to see, but not many people actually understood or even still understand. There is more. What Atiku is asking for, according to the court's record, is that, listen, that he or she graduated in Chicago University is not even just the issue now. We want to see the record of all, what this Bola A. Tinubu, female, used in filling the university form when she enrolled. There must be something. Do you understand? There must be at least somewhere documents, right? Qualifications or something that tells about that student that that is enrolling for a program in any university or college of education or any school at all. So what Atiku is asking for in the US courts, that they subpoenaed the Chicago State University, was that they want to have everything. But surprisingly, person will graduate, it's like some of you who graduated in Unilag, graduated in OOU, graduated in Unsuka, Unsuka bag. Anyway, graduated in Uni just and everywhere you graduated from. And somebody says They want to go back there and have all your information, including if you graduated there or not. Would you send lawyers to stop them? Let me give you the background. Where Symphony actually, gave a summary coverage of what Atiku is asking for and what Tinubu response is. I'll come back and do my own one-on-one analysis as usual. Right? Here, Symphony.
On July 11, Atiku took it a step further when he filed a petition seeking to obtain more information about Tinubu's academic records at the Chicago State University. Documents sought by Atiku through his attorney, Angela Liu, include records of Tinubu's admission and acceptance at the university and dates of attendance, including degrees, awards, and honors he obtained while studying at the American University. Former Nigeria's vice president informed the court in his petition that Tinubu's subpoena was to test the truth and establish the correctness of his claims, adding that he is currently the president of Nigeria but faces a legion of petitions concerning his election and the authenticity of documents relating to his attendance at the Chicago State University, United States. In a counter-move, however, President Tinubu filed a motion to quash the subpoena before the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, Chicago, USA, against a fresh petition by Atiku. Nigeria's president, through his counsel, Victor Henderson, on July 19, asked the court to strike out Atiku's petition, arguing that no judge of the court heard and granted Atiku the subpoena. Tinubu argued that the petition was invalid for providing only 6 days for compliance, less than 14 days provided under Rules 219 and 137 of the Illinois Supreme Court rules. In his words, the PDP chieftain engaged in an improper fishing expedition about a foreign public official utilizing the Illinois court's subpoena power. Meanwhile, the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division has rejected Tinubu's application, saying it has the power to sit over the case instituted by the People's Democratic Party, PDP presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar. According to the court documents, the court established that it has jurisdiction over the matter under U.S. law, which authorizes any interested person to request that a U.S. district court order the discovery of documents and testimony for use in a foreign proceeding from persons who reside or are found within its district. The court therefore held that Atiku satisfied all statutory requirements as he is an interested person. The respondent, Chicago State University, is a public university established and existing under the laws of Illinois, with its principal campus and offices in Chicago. It said it would not hesitate to grant the prayers of Atiku. In November 2022, several months before the presidential elections, an Abuja-based lawyer, Mr. Mike Enahoro-Eba, sued Tinubu over alleged certificate forgery, age falsification, and lying on oath. Enahoro-Eba alleged in his complaint that Senator Bola Tinubu submitted an affidavit of personal particulars to INEC in June 2022 as part of a required filing to run for president, which included an alleged forged Chicago State University diploma dated June 22, 1979, and other information inconsistent with the Chicago State University documents. Mr. Enahoro-Eba stated that after Tinubu made his INEC filing, Enahoro-Eba obtained a subpoena from the Circuit Court of Cook County dated August 11, 2022, and served it on Chicago State University, according to papers filed by Atiku in the U.S. court on August 2, 2023, to substantiate the accusation. In response to the subpoena, Chicago State University's registrar, Mr. Caleb Westberg, wrote to Mr. Enahoro-Eba's Chicago lawyer, Mr. Matthew J. Cowles, on September 22, 2022, informing Mr. Cowles that the enclosed documentation is all the records we have for Bola Tinubu. According to the complaints, the document that accompanied Mr. Westberg's letter included a CSU diploma issued to Tinubu on June 27, 1979, The June 27 diploma allegedly produced by Chicago State University to Mr. Cowles and the June 22 diploma allegedly submitted by Tinubu to INEC are very different documents. In addition to the dates, the documents have different seals, fonts, and language. The June 22 diploma has grammatical errors that the June 27 diploma does not have. They are also signed by different persons who are ostensibly officials of CSU. The June 22 diploma has 3 signatures, one of which purports to be the signature of Dr. Elnora Daniel as president of Chicago State University. The other 2 signatures on the June 22 diploma are illegible. By contrast, the June 27 diploma only has 2 signatures. They purport to be the signatures of Dr. Daniel, again as the president of CSU, and Dr. Neva Lubin as the chairperson of the Board of Trustees compare. According to the documents produced by Chicago State University, the Bola Tinubu who attended CSU was born in 1954, while according to the information provided to INEC, Mr. Tinubu was born in 1952. On August 16, People's Gazette reported that a U.S. court had set August 23 as the deadline for Tinubu to present persuasive arguments as to why Chicago State University should not be ordered to release his academic records to Atiku Abubakar, his rival, in the February 25 presidential election in Nigeria. The deadline, contained in court filings, seen by People's Gazette, was imposed on August 9 by Jeffrey Gilbert, the new magistrate judge assigned to the case at the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois.
Northern District of Illinois. Pablo Escobar, according to the video you just watched, right? I'll show you something. Pablo Escobar perjured himself when he presented fake certificates. And just as described in that video, on the right hand is what is believed to be the fake INEC certificate, the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC, which according to investigation was picked up from here, Pinterest. For those of you who are regular users of Pinterest, you can find any logo there or kind of get all of them mishmashed together. So Tinubu submitted a Pinterest, logo. Developed a diploma certificate, right? And when the Chicago State University released their own original, which says Bola A. Tinubu, right? It is completely different from what Tinubu submitted. Everything forged. So why would you not want the court? I mean, why would you not want the school to release your details if you actually went there? The reason is because it probably didn't. Now, Kalu has responded. In his response, he said his own data, okay, that whether it's a male or female or what have you, that was an error done by the clerk of the university. When Chicago State University responded to the subpoena of Atiku in the US, they categorically stated that Atiku was asking for this document because of the ongoing court case in Nigeria. And they may not have an idea if this is going to be of any help when the time to submit evidence has passed in the tribunal. But Atiku's lawyers argued that tribunal is just the first phase of the legal battle over the election. So, any evidence presented by the university will be still useful in furthering the nailing of Tinubu, even if it's going to be at the Supreme Court. That's their own argument. Now, you, Tinubu, the law says we are to give all of these details to Atiku. But the law also says that we should respect the confidentiality, privacy of our own students, pastor present, our alumni and all of them. Sure you get? So we are giving you that chance to stop Atiku from asking for these documents. Because once the court says give it to him, there is no end to what we have to give to Atiku. We have to present all of the manuscript of your attendance, to your school attendance, everything you participated in. If you bought popcorn, the receipt of that popcorn in 1960, or whatever, sorry, 1970, whatever, we have to produce everything for Atiku. So that is when Kalu went there and said, Atiku is just fishing. That whatever he is asking for in the US is not useful anymore to this court case. That the court should what? Should throw Atiku's request out. So that failed yesterday. So Tinubu need to now tell them more why the Chicago State University should not release those documents. Because the argument there is that it is Oluwole Ori Olori. There are so many stories behind this. Okay? The reason why they couldn't get his date of birth right, was he born in 1954? Or was he born in 1952? Was he a girl? Or was he actually a boy that they mixed up his data when he was doing his admission? How long has Tinubu himself noticed that his own document from the university he graduated from has that error when he knows he was going to be running to be president of Nigeria? How much of this did they actually put away? And that is why it becomes more interesting, like, Homo, we are now interested. Oh yeah, tell us, who be this guy? In the early document that has been made public, is already showing that Bola A. Tinubu, it's already showing that Bola A. Tinubu is also an American, which means, if that is this Tinubu, he is also an American. He's Nigerian, he's American, and he's also a Guinean. So all this complication, all this complicated, and then what do you call it? Unexplainable puzzle of who be this Nigeria president? Who be this guy? It becomes more and more and more. And for those who are very good in script writing, you might be having the blockbuster on your hands. Seriously, who is Tinubu? So all these revelations that are going to end up coming out, right? They are going to be very good for a what do you call it, for a blockbuster movie or series. So we are what? We are interested. Now back to that letter. Sorry. So according to, I kind of like to read them in parts so that you can know what and what is the position, or should I say the context for what you are currently watching, right? So yeah, according to court documents, respondent Chicago State University's response to application pursuant to this, right? So the university, that second underlined paragraph, yeah, the university differs to intervene at Tinubu, right? Tinubu's concerning privacy and then relevancy issues, okay? So Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, graduated from the university in 1979, according to their record. Then of his, one moment. Anyway, they are so tiny, I'm sorry. So going forward, you have the second paragraph under that place that reads, the what do you call it? The resident record, or should I say, or the student record rather, as Abubakar seeks from the university via documents subpoena, which is document 11, and the information Abubakar seek the university to provide pursuant to disposition, subpoena, blah, 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 and go to the next one. So similarly, the university differs to Tinubu on whether any of discovery information here is appropriate under blah, blah, blah. Now, Nigeria, as well as it is relevant to the pending Nigeria proceeding. The university struggles to understand how, given that Tinubu did, in fact, graduate from the university in 1979, Tinubu's grades and other student records from the 1970s and dates and signatory information on subsequently issued ceremonial diplomas, right, could possibly have been on the 2023 elections challenge in a foreign country. Let's go to the next one. In a record conference with, where's that one? Yeah, with Abubakar's counsel about the application. Abubakar's counsel confirmed the evidentiary sort of phase of the Nigerian proceeding as concluded, but that the information sought in the application might be introduced in appellate proceedings to come. So the university respectfully requests these courts enrolling on the application sensitize both the actual states of the Nigerian proceeding and the likelihood that any discovery information provided by the university would, in fact, be considered in the Nigerian proceeding. So, in a nutshell, the Chicago State University are saying, if you're asking for this name, this record, and this man that is now the president of Nigeria, our record shows that he actually attended our university. That's exactly what he said. Why did he have to forge the certificates then? But a lot of people know why. So if Oyinbo don't know about Tori Olori and the rest, with their record, we can get to know if it was the Tinubu, the Pablo Escobar of Nigeria that actually attended Chicago State University. There's going to be more on it, you know that, yeah? Yeah, there will be. So back to Nigeria. Let's leave Chicago a bit. Let's go to Nigeria. I don't know how many of you have been noticing that there seems to be this trend in the last few days within the APC, their youth wing. And this sort of a feud started brewing after Tinubu changed the 70-year-old man that he appointed as the Minister of Youth and Sports. Remember that old guy? He has now reassigned him to Ministry of Niger Delta. Okay? So which then automatically make the Ministry of Youth and Sports currently vacant. Now they have been dancing naked on social media, especially on X, formerly Twitter, where some of them started a campaign. At first, the campaign was, if Tinubu should show something show a lot of encouragement, or sort of to encourage the young people, especially for his vision for young people. I don't know Tinubu's vision for young people than for you to be Agbero anyway, right? So they started a campaign on social media asking Tinubu to make the chairman, the general, commandant general of the Jagaban army, their APC, Egbekegbe's youth leader, Dayo Israel, pastor, the Redeemed Church pastor, Dayo Israel, that the guy that started the Yoruba Ronu when they lost Lagos, the one that started threatening the Lagos State civil servants, started threatening the Lagos State political appointee when the obedience used their face, the face of their landlord, Tinubu, and the entire political structure of Tinubu in Lagos State, and they used their face to brush the pavement, brush the road, all everywhere bleeding and all of that. You remember that day now? And he started shouting Yoruba Ronu, Yoruba Ronu, and that became the slur word that triggered all those tribal jingoists, ethnic jingoists, that they told the Igbos to leave Yoruba land. That guy, that same bigot, that Redeemed Church pastor, Dayo Israel, he has been promoted by his own, whether he paid them or something, I don't know. But suddenly this campaign just started like, Tinubu must make him the president of, he must make them the president of the youth by making him the minister for youth and sports. He knows the job. He carries everybody along. He's this and that. He's number one Nigerian, blah, blah. Anyway, sure. Then it will make sense. Like, you know, we saw them during the entire charade called the election. Sure, you get. And we saw how much they are all waiting for their own turn of the slice of the cake. Did you remember? I mean, do you remember when they were fighting over those who they called the Jagaban army across Nigeria? And they called them, I mean, they were supposed to be the youth wing, and they were fighting over position, that the Yorubas is giving the position to Yorubas. He's not giving it to Fulanis. He's giving the, you remember those times, we saw all those. Shop by shop youth, they call them the youth. Those are the youth too. Anyway, APC youth too. So they started fighting. They didn't fight at first. Then surprisingly, Baba, another campaign just started. No, Seyi Tinubu did the best job. Seyi Tinubu is the #1 youth in Nigeria today. Seyi Tinubu turned so many people to support his father. There are so many young people that have supported Tinubu, and they are not member of APC. So Seyi Tinubu must be given that honor to choose the Nigerian Minister for Youth and Sports. Another campaign. What are you saying, Koyemio? Are you saying Seyi Tinubu should be made the Minister for Youth and Sports? Or Seyi Tinubu should choose who should be Nigeria Minister of Sports and Youth? I mean, Youth and Sports. So I can't take my time to study them very well. Okay, let me try and understand all of them, both sides. So it was later I realized that they are as confused as God knows which camp and which camp are pushing this, because they need somebody from their camp to be the president of the Nigerian Youth and Sports. Because minister is like the governor of the youth and sports, you know. And over time, you know, you have been so unfortunate with rogues, criminals, Nigerians who are into different kind of sports, football, athletics, and the rest of them. They ended up being disgraced, being left stranded at different international competitions because of corruption of youth and sport. But now, Monisha, anyway. And if you notice that your Israel, during that charade election, a lot of you who are Christians, who are indeed genuine Christians, you will personally remember how embarrassed you felt looking at somebody who was supposed to be an embodiment of Christ. Do you see why I told you that anytime you will allow them to use religion, to use that religion gaslighting, because you are a Christian now, you should be offended when they are talking about criminals who are also disguising as yourselves, but they are politicians, part of the criminal enterprise of Nigeria. So when they begin to get trashed, because you are connected to them by blood of Jesus, because you are connected to them by the, by the bravery and then the vibrancy of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that thing you said just now, Mayegun, that is very insulting to Christian. That is very insulting to a Muslim. Christian ati Muslim. I am talking about criminals that you know them, whether they are your pastors or whether they are your imam, you know them and their criminality. And I'm talking about their involvement in what Nigeria has become. Then we want to remind me of I should be careful about your Christianity and your Islam. Show pass the boundary that way. We all know that your Israel, the divisive one, is a pastor in Redeemed Church of Christ in Nigeria. the one that started the anti-Igbo slur that led to the killing of two innocent people in Lagos. It's on record, though. They killed 2 people in Lagos after they got beaten blue-black in the presidential election. That same guy is kind of so worried that some people don't want him to be the Minister of Youth under Pablo Escobar. So they started the campaign. But what's unity Seyi Tinubu? Like, in Papa is the one that is the president. His own stepmother is the one that is the first lady. Now, if they don't feel like he should be minister, what happened to these Oshogbo Alimajiris? You know why I call them crumb beaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, and all right, sass. This is why. The campaign shall get so heated. It became Seyi Tinubu camp versus Dayo Israel camp. And there is nothing they haven't said about themselves. You see everything I just said now about Dayo Israel. In fact, Allah, I am being generous. I'm being nice. There is no horrible name they haven't called Dayo Israel, their own APC youth leader. He is so selfish. He's so self-centered. Everything, he wants everything around him. Any small thing, they want to do youth debate. He quickly jumped there to go and represent because he always wants to be the one. I don't even know what. You don't make him a minister. We don't want that kind of person. No. We prefer ST. ST is very accommodating. ST is so influential. ST is into media, advertising. ST is kind of, so if ST cannot be the minister, ST should be given the honor to choose Nigeria Minister of Youth and Sport. Yes. How many of you are ready to support this? And so the youth leaders of different states came together. We all support it. Seyi Tinubu is going to be our choice as minister. Remember that Seyi Tinubu said he was going to employ 10,000 people, 10,000 youth who knows how to skate. If you don't know how to skate, you better go and learn how to skate, roller skater. Because Ishemato Deo, the guy is very, very genius like his father. The guy is a very brainiac. There are many, many brilliant, cool-headed APC, Egbekegbe youth that can be minister. They are fighting between themselves, not me. Me, I'm just kind of relaying this scenario to you, before you begin to be like, I'm lost. What's it? I'm telling you. No, it's out there. Everything is on social media there. The next thing, even if not you, if you are one of those labo, one of those ass lickers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, or even if you are an aspiring, what do you call it? All right, sir, aspiring humbled slaves, aspiring sophisticated moron. Baba, they can't put Dayo Israel. They can't put Seyi Tinubu. They say, yeah, everybody queue behind them. Baba, even if Dayo Israel is your brother, you know, go join those ones where go collect quick cash, quick money. My president Ilua, he get this guy who just made the music. What's that guy's name? Lege. Have you seen that Lege video? That he's wearing a pants. He's wearing pants. And he's singing about, hey, Lemi, hey, Lebami, Emi Lege, my president Ilua. Have you seen that video? So if they put my president and they put Israel, which way you go? Now Israel you go follow. I be my president. So this APC, Egbekegbe youth leaders from across the state, across Nigeria, they now did a meeting. They were supposed to be loyal to their chairman, to their own youth leader. That your Israel is their leader. Is the one that's supposed to be their normal leader by respecting hierarchy. Omo state youth leader of APC, Egbekegbe, they now did a meeting. In their meeting, they now wrote to Tinubu, Mr. President, we want you to make your son, Sheyi, the Minister for Youth and Sport. Or we want you to give him the honor to choose the Minister of Sport so that he can choose one of us. We'll read the letter. Here. So according to them, Your Excellency, Mr. President, Tinubu, the Forum of Youth Leaders of all APC, comprising of the 36 states and the FCT, wishes to commend the current administration led by Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for being youth-friendly in the discharge of his responsibilities as the President of the country, particularly his youth-friendly policies so far. Baba Shenra won awala tenuje, ass lickers, crumb eaters. So you dey read the word for word though. Anyway, they shall try to strike the ego of Tinubu because they won't tell and say his son. Anyway, they said the forum, having observed that the strength of success of this administration depends largely on the viability of the youth ministry. So it's requesting for a careful consideration of the personality of the would-be Minister of Youth to be in tandem with the peculiar character of the youth in terms of youth, in terms of ability to network, ability to share crumbs with the segment of the contribution, nonsense talk, contribution of the youth ministry to case youth agitation, I mean, what is this one again? By insane. To case youth agitation across the country. It's like to control youth agitation. They don't say everybody they mad, Abby. Right now with them. So based on the above premise, we are pleading with the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to allow one of our own, His Excellency, the youthful and Your Excellency, blah, 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 that's Sheyi Tinubu. Right? Now, in this way, they continue to say, Your Excellency, sir, it will interest you to note that His Excellency, Sheyi Tinubu, as they are calling Sheyi Excellency. Your youth leader, Nigeria youth leader, come and shop. Come and shop youth. Bunch of, what do you call it? Hungry beggars, political jobbers. These are the problems. So, now them Nigeria, they feed. If you see that Israel now, it don't get belly. You know that it don't get belly anyway. So they are calling Sheyi Tinubu Excellency, right? And there is more connected to the youth, and all of them signed. You see all their signature. We will thank you for the privilege and confidence so far extended to the youth constituency. It is our prayers that you consider our appeal on this very important matter. We wish you continued greatness and success in the service of our mother. You see the people, you see the youth, the Nigeria youth. Now them, they abuse me, see how they insult elders. You, this Mayego, you lack home training. Come on. I mean, we are Yorubas. We are supposed to respect elders. You they see the sycophants. You they see the ass lickers. Now those ass lickers go come grow old now. All the children that they are giving birth to today, in 20 years time, 30 years time, now these sycophants, beggars, political jobbers, ass lickers, now them go come be in their own 60s then. And they will say, the children that are going to be born right now, they will say they don't have respect for them. You can grow up, you will grow up now and respect this kind of people because they are older, Abi. Because the culture, the tradition say you should have to respect your elders. So these ones go grow old now in their 60s, 70s, 30 years time, 40 years time. when the result of all their thievery, glutonic, their gluttony, insatiable, and then bottomless stomach, they agreed in this their youthful age. Atenuje, àwọn oníjẹkújẹ. Oníjẹkújẹ. Job, they no go do. Productivity, they no get. Baba, give us this. We have connection with people. We need to calm the people, the youth in this country. We need somebody who is going to control the people, control the youth. There's somebody that is also a youth. Somebody that can be organizing roadshow for us. We can go skating. Okay? We can do Instagram. It can be on Instagram with us. We can all, you know what I mean? I'm a president. Our youth here. It is the same thing with those ones you are calling leaders today, elders, because they get age. Then be 60, 70. Mabumi, don't insult me. If you rewind back their lives, majority of them either got sort of conditioned and they gave up, submitted, and they became part of the problem, or they are actually the problem. They are in their 60s, 70s now. They are asking us not to insult them. But when they were at our own age, when they were younger like us, in their 20s, in their 30s, they were not struggling to get placement, better life in that country. That time, they are older now. A lot of us have become their what? We have become their specimen, have the guinea pig. They are now asking us to respect them. You need to show respect, Mayegu. And those of you, Olori Brukus, that are sending me personal messages, listen to me. Like I told you, anything I say, anything that comes out of my mouth, is not coincidence, it's not error, it's not gaffe, it's not like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not what I wanted to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize to all my Christian brothers and sisters, especially my deeper life brothers and sisters. Please forgive me. I want to apologize to my Muslim brothers and sisters, especially the jihadist Ilorin Afas. Please come and forgive me. I made a mistake about what I said. It's not my fault. It's just that, please, I am your Abolori Brukuniya Tenyatafa, pastor. I always make myself very clear. Anything that comes out of my mouth is what I actually want to say. And if I have a chance of remembering and repeating them, I will repeat them. You know the worst you can do? The worst you can do is to sue me. That's all. Jody, go other drama, go other advice. All those things that you are sending me messages and am I going to advise you? Am I going and I love you so much? Am I going and I respect you so much? Abolori Brukuni what love at respect. Look at me very well now. For the past 10 years, I never gave a damn about your respect and your world of view, especially when it comes with condition. Abolori Brukuni what conditioner, love and respect. Sure you get? You don't send me messages and tell me that you are advising me. Do you understand? Nothing I said is an error or any mistake. Or a slip of tongue. If I mention your papa name as part of those who are criminals in Nigeria, Baba, it's not an error. If you don't like him, you go sue me. Be careful of Holy Spirit. Be careful of curses. Abolori Brukuni what pastor yini. You better tell your pastor to be careful of Mayegun, because one of these days you are not going to see them as who they want you to see them as anymore. One day they will be talking on the pulpit, right? You are going to go there and slap them and say, stop this nonsense, Olori Bruku, you are lying to us. So if there's anybody that anybody should be careful of, now your pastor and your woli, now you and your religion should be very careful. Don't let them continue to drag you and your belief in your religion to defending criminals. Emi Mayegun ò fear anybody. You don't understand, Dini? I know what I'm going to say that is going to put me in a legal problem. I know that. I'm not stupid. But most of that day, I say something. You message me, say you advise me. Mayegun, I have been watching you for a long time. But you see what you did tonight. Some people may be hailing you. Some Abolori Brukunieni. Now today, people they express themselves and say, I agree with you, Mayegun. Shake me for one. So are you new to that? that I'm speaking out, and thousands of other people felt same way. And they say, Mayegun kò ní dá fún yàlá ìyá wọn, ṣépè fún wọn. Ogun ló máa pa wọ́n àti gbogbo kíni. You know what I mean? You are seeing that olóò fẹ́ advice mi. On send the message sí mi nítorí Kúmúyì, on send message sí mi nítorí àwọn olórí burúkú tẹ́ ń pè ní pastor yín. I love you so much. Do you think you are going to be the first person to tell me, Pemo, I am proud? This Mayegun is very proud. It's becoming proud. This Mayegun is very rude. You won't be the first person. You this Mayegun ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́. Baba, ọmọ ẹran kíran làwọn tó bí ẹ. I tell you, no be today, olórí burúkú yín, that you are already throwing your families under the buses in defense of the criminals who want to keep you enslaved for the rest of your lives, including your children. I advise you don't need advice, sir. The best you can do is to sue me. You can sue me anywhere. You don't know that. Your pastor, your useless pastors that are threatening you in Nigeria, majority of them cannot enter this UK without going to jail. Why? They thought it's Nigeria. Abi? So your own fear and everything. Ogbeni Maki and Pami. If I dey go air fire, Baba, if I dey go air fire, they go say me you can't share them with me. Oh, they can't pata. You don't understand. Don't private advice it. I don't need advice. And you lori bruku and you were hypocrite. Share anyone very big favor. You don't need to listen to me. Your pastors are those who are your pastors are not those religionists. They are those who should be very careful of Mayegun. Because one day, the people will rise against them too. All this fear, all these things, they will no longer matter anymore that time. And that is why they should be careful of Mayegun Kokoshidanu. You know? Those are the people who are going to grow old and they'll be asking you for respect. Young people looking for replacement in the political structure. What they can get from it by becoming praise singers, vuvuzelas, lying to themselves, telling you that what they are saying is just give them chance. Give who chance? Give criminals chance to perfect their scheme, deal with you, then turn around and blame you. Tell them why. I have told you, you know owe me anything, no? Sure you know. I appreciate all of you who love Mayegun. I'll keep reminding you. I appreciate you so much that you actually really, genuinely, unconditionally love Mayegun. I know all of you who does. Sure you get. But you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything. I was just about 17 years old. 17-year-old boy when my grandfather told me. I told you this